Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where we are going to be continuing the DLC of Golden Century as Aragon. In the previous session, we had a couple of wars. We fought against the Mamelukes and smashed them. We got a load of money for that. We fought the Ottomans and got smashed. Well, we didn't really get smashed. It was a stalemate. I mean, we did piece them out for money, just not nearly as much as I would have liked. Unfortunately, Austria gave them access, and then Switzerland gave them access, and then I guess Burgundy? Or maybe Savoy, either of those. And then they were able to get into Aragon and also Genoa. The other thing that we did is we took out Genoa, so we have very much got a stranglehold on trade here. We control 54% of the trade, and we're just going to continue beefing that up. We should actually be able to start integrating Navarra. We could. Yeah, let's start that. Take about 2 years. Cool. And that costs Diplo points, right? Pretty sure it does. And we still need to get more relations with you. You're pissed off because I keep on refusing you the territories in Sicily, which you apparently have claims on. Yes, you do actually. Alright, well, let's get on with this. So I've been trying to think, like, what are my objectives in the short term? One of them is definitely to get expansion ideas, because I'm going to go colonial. I wasn't going to initially, but the Caribbean's just looking so juicy. We're going to be able to reach it, thanks to the fact that we took Gibraltar, which gives us actually a pretty close core to that stuff. And then with that, we're going to be able to get colonial nations. I probably won't go heavily into Western colonialism. I'm just going to get enough to, like, build a colony and then move on to the next spot. But we might actually try and invest fairly heavily in those and get them pretty highly developed. So they're going to be very small but quite powerful. Because ultimately, I do want to go east. We might start colonizing Africa as well. And in fact, with expansion ideas, we get 2 colonists. So maybe I'll dedicate 1 colonist to going around Africa, 1 colonist to going for the Caribbean, and then basically just work our way around in both directions. I think that actually sounds like a pretty decent plan. I like this. This is going to work. Another thing which I had not really considered, but could actually be quite potent, is... Was it expansion that gives the minus 50% chance of native uprising? Was it exploration? Native assimilation plus 50% from humanist. Where's the native uprising chance? It's got to be one of these, surely. There it is, native uprising chance. So if we have exploration and expansion... Do I really want to go that heavily into colonialism, though? Colonialism. I'm not sure that I do, although it does give me extra naval force limit. It does give us extra tariffs. The extra range allows explorers, and it allows claims in colonial regions, which allow us to expand into the native territories more easily. I don't know. See, the benefit of that would be that we can have the 50% chance of native uprising and also the assimilation. We can go for the trading policy, which is really quite powerful. The native assimilation, especially if you're going into Africa and Indonesia, can be a huge boost to trade goods. And if we get native assimilation plus the native assimilation bonus from humanism, when it's mixed with... Oh, it's got to be exploration. Yeah, this is leaning me towards exploration now. Then maybe getting expansion after. I wasn't going to go this heavily into colonialism, but I think I might have to. Because that native assimilation plus 50% in places with high population effectively will mean that we can have a plus 100% trades goods. Well, it doesn't work on quite that ratio, does it? Let me just double check how exactly assimilation works. EU4. Assimilation. When a colony becomes a full city, it will gain a bonus to goods produced called the native assimilation bonus, which depends on the remaining native population. This bonus is... Native assimilation bonus is the native population divided by 20,000. So a colony with 1,400 natives in a province should gain 0.07 goods produced when the colony finishes. Population of 4,000 will give 0.2. And a lot of the African provinces have like 10,000. Taking the native trading policy increases assimilation by 50%. And the French can get even more out of that with their native trading principles. I mean, we don't necessarily need the 50% off, so this really is going to be a choice between expansion and exploration. This is very interesting because I was really quite set on expansion. But the fact that this gets the plus 50%, which we can then effectively increase to plus 100%. I will need to leave some troops over there, but I think that's okay. We'll just need to have some small garrison fleets, especially if I'm going to be maintaining my armies at full maintenance, because I'm constantly drilling. So exploration expansion isn't necessarily needed, except for the fact that we get global settler increase as well. Which means that those colonies are going to grow faster. But this is just going so heavy colonial. I was not going to do this. That's Portugal. That's what Portugal does. But what's the alternative? Like, where else are we going to take this game? Hey Margin, hey Fred, hey Inazuma, and everyone else. Hello, hello, hello. Because, yeah, just going around Africa, 4,000, 7,000. The amount of production you can get out of this, especially when you get down to where the ivory and all that stuff is by Kilwa, is kind of incredible. Hell, even the Caribbean has quite large populations. So that native assimilation bonus will be really quite nice. I think I'm going to wait on the expansion. I'm going to go for exploration. I guess we're playing a colonial game. That's not what I was going to do, though. No, we're going to go expansion. I'm not going to let myself get tempted by that. We're going to go expansion. It's fine. I'm going to save the true colonialism game where making billions of ducats for a different game. Because that is still something I want to do. But probably with Norway. Although Aragon's in a good position to do it because they're extra trade steering bonuses. I get trade steering from that, we get trade steering from this. Are there any other trade steering modifiers? Defensive gives us trade steering. As does expansion. We could get a lot of trade steering, and that really will increase the amount of money we're getting from going east. So I think I am going to go exploration. We're going to go west first. We're going to wait until we get expansion, then we'll go east. How about owning all of the Mediterranean? It's your sea after all. We can do that too. There's nothing stopping us. We're not going to be a merchant republic. Colonial games are profitable. You don't even need to take exploration expansion. True, but I want the policies. The policies are just too good. the extra trade steering that we can get, the extra native assimilation we can get. I won't necessarily need the uprising, which is expansion humanism, I thought. Or was it exploration humanism? Yeah. Oh no, it's humanism's for the assimilation. There's expansion exploration for the uprising. There's just so much synergy between these two and everything else that we want to do. And it's possible, though I say this with great hesitation, that we could actually make more money as Aragon than as the Dutch. Although that might require us going into Sevilla. In fact, I suspect it would be easier if we did create Spain. Because we're not going to be able to feed trade through Sevilla as easily. Am I planning on taking Murcia so I'm not split as a country? At some point, yes. What trade node is Granada in? Sevilla. There's no centres of trade here. So yeah, Spain's going to have a really tight grip on the trade coming through Sevilla. I mean, we could take it by just protecting trade here. And maybe force them into trade steering with... Ooh, actually we could do that. We'll just need to do a trade conflict every couple of years against them. And that's definitely doable. I mean, I already have 10% trade power here. See, if we controlled Spain, then we could feed trade into Aragon very easily from the west. Or into Genoa. But because we don't control it, it's going to be rather more difficult. Especially as I wasn't intending to take southern France either. No, I'm just going to play the Italian expansion game. We will decide what exactly we're doing. I'm not going to go like 100% trade. That wasn't the intention of this series. I think we're going to be a little more conquery than that. The citizens of Alicante have grown tired of the local influence of greedy French merchants, so I'm not going to piss the French off, so I'll take the goods produced. Thank you very much. Although Alicante is producing wine, so that was a good decision regardless. It would be possible to pull trade through Alexandria, yes. Which is an argument for expansion. Or maybe even just maritime. Maritime would do that too. Yeah, I think we're going to go expansion maritime. We're not going to take exploration. Exploration doesn't really fit into how I wanted to do this. And I think I'm still going to focus mostly going east, because Castile was going to be pulling in the money from the colonies, then we can steal it from Sevilla through trade protection, which will be buffed because we'll have maritime. There we go, we're doing that. Castle Mallorca has been finished, excellent. So those are now fortified. We still need one more fort in Turil. And we have a potential for some uprisings in Nice. Access from Ferrara. Are you actually fighting Lucca? No. Although at some point I would like to go after Florence. Florence is still allied to France. And the Pope's allied to me and Ferrara. The Pope's actually looking a little bit shaky. Because I am definitely not the most reliable of allies for the Pope. It's 1511 already. I'm kind of surprised that we've not started getting Reformation going. Reform desire is still only 87%. I think it needs to be 90 for that to trigger. I think that the Protestants are at 90 and then Reformed are at 110 or something like that. Hey, Crystal Saber. Royal marriage with France has ended. Well, we better get another one. Because we definitely want to keep France sweet. Despite the fact that they keep on insulting me, which is super duper scary. And we don't need any more military points. How are we doing for institutions? Oh, it's spreading. Okay, so Granada needs... Oh man, I should have ended that ages ago. Should be institution spread, so should this. We'll sacrifice money for a bit. Is it you who had state maintenance cost? I'm sure it's not you. I thought administrative had state maintenance. Apparently not. Administrative and maritime is yearly army tradition. So that's one of the few sources of navy tradition. Admin and trade is trade efficiency. 20%. That's quite a lot. Interesting. Interesting. And we are Aragon, so we do get cheaper mercenaries. We could go up in trade tech. I'm still 7 years ahead of time, so we may as well do that. Aragon is a composite realm which is consistent with each constituent part having its own cortes. This is an inefficient system of government. We must unite the realm into a single state with one cortes to govern more efficiently. And we've gained an additional merchant. So, whence shall we place them? Actually, we've still got the merchant in Aleppo, which we no longer need, so that merchant can move back over here. And then we could start feeding in from Tunis. We could start feeding in from Champagne. Let's do that. There's the potential to annoy France because we're now stealing their trade, but oh well. And yes, I think that we do need to go after the Mamluks at some point. The Ottomans and the Mamluks are currently fighting. We do have the ability of chaining claims now. And we should probably make use of that while we can. So let's get a spy network going against Tunis. We'll claim that province, and then that province, and then that province, and then from there we can start going in here. In fact, if we just claim this one... Ooh, France, you going to call me in? Because I'm totally up for fighting England. Fortunately, there's no offer to join war. Profiteering in Calatayud. The citizens of Calatayud have grown tired of the local influence of greedy French traders. Again, not pissing off the French. Oh, are you fighting Castile? Is England and Castile allied? They are. Yes, France, you may have access. You may absolutely have access. And now France is busy. So suddenly I'm looking over here at Florence going, hi Florence. Navarra is about to be integrated next month. And there it is. When a smaller country gives up its independence to join a greater realm, there is a lot of adapting. Alright. And Navarra is also mountains. So I think I should probably get rid of the forts in Huesca. And probably put one in Tarragona instead. And then one in Navarra. Although actually Huesca is protecting all the... No, Barcelona's not protected. If Tarragona had a fort, then Barcelona would be protected. Or we could just fortify the living daylights out of our homeland. Turn it into Fortress Netherlands equivalent. And I'm okay with that too. So, Florence. if I were to declare war on you? France is fairly unlikely to join in. So we need to get that fabrication done pretty quickly. What are my plans for Castile? Leave them alone. I've already turned down the Iberian wedding. Because I want Castile to be a legitimate threat on my border. Otherwise it kind of gets boring. And I kind of like the idea of them going westward while I go eastward, which was my initial intention. That's why I've been struggling so hard with the question of whether I wanted to colonize a lot or not. Our focus on mercantilism is making life hard for our merchants who trade in foreign places. That's actually in Aragon, so I'm going to say send them some support. Right, and we just inherited Navarra's army, which puts us over the force limit. I'm going to keep one of your infantry and I'm going to disband the rest. Group. So where are my transports nowadays? There you are. I feel like you should probably have 20 ships so we can move one whole stack at a time. Castile are trying to claim my stuff. That'll not do. Alright, so we want to fabricate a claim on Tunis, and we want it to be Tubact. And then next is going to be... Oh, in fact, we don't even need to claim on Tunis anymore. The next one can be the Mamelukes. How are we doing for aggressive expansion? We still have it in a few places. Like, Italy is definitely not going to be very happy with me taking over Florence. I might want to vassalize them, because that's a lot of development to gobble up in one go. With the colonization of the Americas, a wide range of new seeds, crops and animals are starting to spread from the New World to the Old. Price of grain goes down, price of livestock goes up. I don't think that helps me. Nope. Helps Castile though, blimey. You've actually got a remarkably strong production here. You have like 3 not very good resources and then the rest of it is all excellent. Wine, cloth, paper, iron, glass. Not bad. Not bad at all. Naples is having a golden era. Just before I annex them. Premiership of Bohemia is the new emperor. Austria is no longer the emperor. Ooh. Ooh. And the Commonwealth is beating up the Ottomans. While the Ottomans are beating up the Mamluks. Or Poland, rather. But I think they have Lithuania, right? Yes. Well, I need to pour myself some tea in celebration of the fact that everything is in chaos. Because I can thrive in chaos. Where there is chaos, there is money to be made. Reorganize the desk just a tad. All that in there. And done. Right, onwards. Luca's taken Ferrara. Sorry, Ferrara's taken Luca, other way around. And I think I probably need to start shifting my forces over here soon. I might try and get access through Ferrara. It's unlikely that they would refuse me. Then once I have that, I can just march into Florence. The seal of confession. Religious institutions are considered sacrosanct and above the petty the petty plots and schemes of countries and spies. This is why it's crucial to infiltrate them. Many secrets that would never be spoken aloud are told in confidence to religious authorities. So I can gain spy network in Florence, or I can gain Diplo. I'm going to take the Diplo. Diplo's quite valuable. How are we doing with the spreading of the institution? It's a slow process. If you took the 3 provinces underneath Sardinia from Tunis, I think your name would stretch across to Sicily. Maybe. That would kind of amuse me. Alright, I'm going to wait until these ships are done. I can transport 19 at a time, that's fine. So you need to stop drilling, because I'll send you over first. Savoy is forced to give 10% of their money to France, and also pay a bunch of money. And Warbird just died. That was terrible timing there, Warbird. Let's shift you over here. So France called in everyone except for me, is how this is looking. France, Provence, Venice and Florence. Yeah. Well, I'm about to piss you off because I'm about to go after Florence, so let's get that fabrication on Pisa. I'm going to continue spy networking against them. I'm going to cancel the one in Portugal because I don't need the maps as much right now. And you can head over here and grab those. We're going to need the galleys just in case Florence actually has a navy. Oh, France is still saying yes. We'll need to wait a little bit longer. Alright then. Right, and I need to get access through Ferrara too. So we can do that just before we declare. And I can already go up in military technology. I don't think I want to though. I could spend a bit of Diplo. Sorry, a bit of military on development. Let's sort this by resource. Like the fisheries I can increase military production in. That'll do. Again, I want to save development in the profitable regions. So I can actually make money by doing production development. Truce with Crimea and Hossa has ended, but not yet the Ottomans. Come on, guys, you need to fight France harder. And truce with the Ottomans has ended again. So this would be another excellent opportunity to go after the Ottomans. There's so many opportunities, it's crazy. .34. Venice losing a battle, though France is marching. France got there, but it is now a defensive battle for the Castellans. -2, ouch. They would have taken way more casualties. Well, stack wipe. Castile just got stack wiped, oh dear. We're going to see France just blobbing into here. And I think I'm going to say, if France moves into Castile, then those territories are okay to go for. If in the future I decide to go after France. Could also tack up in admin now. No, not worth it for 3 innovation. It's too expensive. I don't think that ever pays itself off. On an idea, sure. But being that far ahead of technology, I mean, you're basically paying 40% more to get that. And 40% on the thing that costs 60 is a lot. 600 is a lot.